Hey, what's up guys? thyAshes here, and I'm doing a little bit of a different video. This time the commentary is not live. Obviously, I'm looking at you, the camera. My hands are empty. There's no controller. In fact, the controller is over here. Instead, this is pre-recorded game footage that I'm gonna let, kind of go do its thing in the background, and I'm gonna talk to you guys for a minute, and basically recap Vegas, talk about the new shotgun patch that's come out, even though I have a video on that, and then a few other things. So first off, let's talk about Vegas. Vegas was an awesome event, and I know I don't want this to be clickbait. Like, I'm not going to be talking about things that I'm sure a lot of you guys are hoping that I talk about. I'll save it for Vision. Let Vision cover that. But yeah, Vegas was an awesome event. So by far the best event that we've had in terms of viewership, in terms of atmosphere, in the venue, production. Everything was just top tier, A+ quality from MLG. The venue had an awesome main stage, plenty of seating for everybody. It had cool couches and stuff set out that you could, kind of chill and hang out on. The only thing I would have liked to see is a little bit of a better pro lounge. There was a warm-up area for pros, but there wasn't really a pro lounge. So I would have liked to see that. Maybe there was a VIP lounge, which a lot of the pros were hanging out in, but I don't know. It's just not the same when you can have that kind of that area where you can get away for a little bit and just, be with yourself or your team and just kind of get away from the craziness that is the audience sometimes. But that being said, the feature stations, awesome. They were elevated. They were a little bit separated. There was like kind of railings from the, the people. So you had plenty of room. Me as a coach, I had plenty of room behind my players. Open bracket area looked pretty cool, the standard open bracket, but overall, no audio issues. Like it just was a really smoothly run event. And so I applaud Coalition and I applaud MLG for the amazing event and experience, because it was, I think, the best that we've had in Gears of War. And I don't know, a lot of you out there who went, let me know if you agree with me. So in open bracket, or sorry, not open bracket, in pool play, we played 3 teams. We played the 2 teams that were originally assigned to our group, E6 and Ghost Gaming. E6 was our first match. We played them. There was kind of like some weird, like they were late, but they weren't really late because like one of their monitors wasn't working when they got to the station. So they wanted to, go outside and smoke or go to the bathroom or do something. One of their players left, and because his monitor wasn't working. So we were waiting, we were set up, we were warming up, and their team was there. And basically what ended up happening is their player came back like right after the DQ penalty time limit, basically. And an argument ensued between the admins or the referees and E6, and rightfully so. They wanted to penalize them an entire map for not being present at the station, even though his monitor wasn't working. So they wanted to give us the first map, and we declined. We told them that we didn't want to do that we didn't want to take a map from them. We wanted to play them fairly. We wanted to play them on the even starting point, not a whole map in our favor. And they're our friends. We respect them. We respect them as a team. We respect them as competitors. We're not going to take a free map win on a LAN event like that. So we told the refs that we weren't going to do that, and so we played the full series. But that map ended up being like a 7-0 anyways, I think, on Foundation. I think they were just kind of out of it. It wasn't really an event for them. You can tell based on Twitter, like going into this event, they weren't in the right mindset, and then that whole argument stirred up a lot of stuff. So I don't know, but we played them, and then we played Ghost Gaming, also on side station. Ghost Gaming, strong team. They had a strong performance against us. We had just come off of like a 6-hour break. So we played E6 at 2, and then we played Ghost Gaming at 8. And we did nothing in between that. No warm-ups, literally just like ate food and hung out. So I think even some of the guys went to take a nap. So in that time, like, we came back, we got set up, we sat down at the station, and then we immediately jumped in the game, and they beat us 7-6 first map. It was fun because there was like a lot of trash talk back and forth. They got really excited that they beat us on the map. Their management was even saying some funny things behind them, like, when's the last time, like, we were halfway through second map, we had like a 4-3 lead or something like that, and their manager was like, when's the last time you were get taken to map 3? And it's like, so you're admitting that your team's gonna lose this map? I don't know, it was just funny. But we played them and we beat them 2-1. Or no, it wasn't 7-3. It was like 5-2 or something like that. Anyways, beat them 2-1. And then we've got Panda out of open bracket. They were the #1 seeded team coming from open bracket, I believe. Oh, no. They were the #4 seeded team coming from open bracket, so they got put into our group, which is the #1 group. There's 4 goes to 1, 3 goes to 2, 2 goes to 3, 1 goes to 4. So we got Panda. I think they had a pretty easy run in open bracket, but against us, they just kind of fell short. They picked Diner against us, which is the first time I think we played Diner on LAN, and I don't think they were ready for us to be ready on that map. I think they might have been thinking, you know, they've been practicing it. We looked up against Envy, which I don't get, because I think the last time we played Envy, we did work on it. But anyways, so that was group stage. We went 3-0 group, and then we played. Who did we play after that? We played E-United. How could I forget E-United? So E-United, this is a huge match for us. This was like, you know, obviously based on everything that had happened previously in the weekend, this was a massive rivalry match. And we already had a rivalry with E-United, with Lava being on their team, Icy being on our team, and then everything else that happened. So that was a huge match, but we 2-0'd them pretty quickly, pretty easily. E-United had a lot of like crap going into this event. They, you know, a lot of internal issues and stuff. So not a lot of people. I didn't even expect them to make it out of their group, to be honest. I had Pedro Juan Jose making it out of that group, and I still think Pedro Juan Jose should have made it out of that group. They lost every map or against E-United, went to round 13. And a lot of those Pedro Juan Jose had the lead, so they really just choked. They didn't close out, and then so yeah. But we beat United pretty convincingly 2-0. And that put us in the winter semifinals against Equifox, which I don't think we've played on LAN yet this season. But they're close friends of ours, and they were hungry to play us. We were excited to play them, but we also weren't concerned. We've done well against them in the past online tournaments and stuff like that. In scrims, they do really well against us. But we played them, and we beat them 2-0 as well. Again, it wasn't really like a match that we really had to break a sweat. The only match that we really broke a sweat in was that group pool play match against Ghost. So we beat Equifox. That put us in the winners grand finals, and then that's where the upset came in, and Ghost beat Envy. So that was awesome for the scene. Like that, you know, that mixed things up, and whenever there's that kind of mix up, everyone kind of gets excited. Like, okay, now what's gonna happen? Is Envy gonna make a losers bracket run? Is Ghost gonna take the whole tournament? Are they gonna beat OpTic? Like, it just gets a lot of hype going in the venue. So but we played them on Sunday, and we performed a lot better than we did in group stage. We were warmed up, we were ready for them this time, and we beat them 2-0 that time. So that put them down in losers brackets, and they waited for Envy to beat Fox, which they did, to play them in losers finals. And here's my issue with losers finals. Ghost Gaming that weekend, I think, had one map or one time that they won the map Dam. Right? They picked Dam against us. We beat them 7-2 after losing the first map 7-6. Like, in theory, the second map we should have been, like, you know, a little bit shaken up and maybe not playing as well, but we beat them 7-2, like a really clean map against them on Dam. I believe Envy pooped on them on Dam on the first time they played each other. I believe that's when Solars like kind of went off and carried them to a victory on Dam. And I think only against Panda Gaming, I might be mistaken, but only against Panda Gaming did they play Dam and actually win the map. Ignoring that information, Dam is known to be one of Envy's better maps, right? It was the map that they were undefeated on until we beat them on it in Atlantic City, I think. So Dam is one of their stronger maps. And in this pick and ban, I don't know what the bans were, but I know that Ghost's auto ban is Diner, I want to say, and our auto ban was Harbor, or Envy's auto ban is Lift, right? So you got Diner and Lift out of the way, and the first two maps were Foundation, Reclaim. Okay, fair enough. Ghost had been looking good on Foundation. They looked pretty good against us on Reclaimed, and that was Envy's pick, because Envy was technically the lower seed in that match. So Ghost understandably picks Foundation. They've been great on it all event. They beat Envy on it before. Envy picks Reclaim. Okay. So then you have a second round of bans, and that leaves open Impact, Dam, Diner, and I believe that's it. Harbor. Danner? No, sorry. Harbor, Lift, and Dam. I believe. Assuming that I know this correctly, that should be the 3 maps that are still available. And again, I don't know what was banned in the first round of Vegas, but let's assume it's those 3 maps. It doesn't matter what the combination maps. Damn is in that combination. How? Or not, whatever. You guys say it. How do you let Dam go through to be the last map? You can ban Dam, and you have Harbor or Impact, which, understandably, Envy's good. Envy's kind of like us. They're good at almost every map they play, right? But Dam, like, they're known for being good at on land, and your team is being really weak on Dam this event. Why do you let it go through? That to me, that's why they lost that series, because they destroyed Envy on Foundation. They lost semi-close on Reclaimed, and then they go to Dam, where they've never shown up, except for maybe against Panda, and that's it. That's where that series ended. That put Envy in the grand. As soon as that happened, that put Envy in the grand finals, in my mind. So then we play Envy in the grand finals, and we made sure that we were warming up and that we were ready for them, and we got the map picks that we wanted, and away we go into the grand finals, and we 2-0'd Envy pretty convincingly. I don't think Envy was playing like themselves that event. In fact, I don't think Envy has been playing like themselves since Paris. But so I don't know what's gonna happen. That's kind of one of the reasons why I think there's gonna be roster changes. Let's go ahead and talk about roster changes post that event. Obviously, we were really excited. OpTic was really proud of us. We were excited and proud to end the season strong. I'm extremely proud of my teammates and their ability to perform consistently. And I'm proud of Mental for getting the season 1 MVP. And I don't know how the kid is as good as he is. But overall, it was just a really exciting time for everybody. So, awesome event. Roster changes. Obviously, OpTic is not going to make any roster changes. You know, we're sitting comfortable right now. I've heard a lot of rumors. I'm not going to rumor monger. I'm not gonna try to like clickbait with rumors. I've heard roster changes about pretty much every single team in the top 12, top 8, whatever. So if those rumors are true, and there's numerous rumors, there's this person going to this team, there's this person going to that team, that it's like there's multiple people rumored to be going to the same team. So like, it's just, you know, we know United is basically done. That's already been confirmed. God Plays and demo have already been released. And I you know, it's going to be a massive roster meeting, so it's going to be exciting to follow. But I can honestly see every team in the top 8 to top 12 making a roster change sometime here in the next few months before season 2 starts. Not even the next few months, probably in the next month to make it happen, and then start practicing with the changes. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and I think that's going to be the big, you know, we're going to wait for that before we start scrimming again, because Lord knows what's going to happen with the roster shuffles. E6 has already announced that some of their players have been dropped. There's rumors around Ghost, there's rumors around Envy, you know, like it's just, you know, it's a big chaotic mess, but we'll see what comes of it. It's actually pretty exciting. And you know, maybe some super teams will be formed. That's kind of the exciting part for us. So when we came back from Vegas, there was a new patch, and that was the new shotgun, amongst some other thing, new horde stuff, and new maps. But I want to talk about the new shotgun. The new shotgun, a lot of people ask me on stream, what do you think about the new shotgun, Ashes? Like, do you think the new shotgun's broken? And for those of you who don't know, yesterday or the day before, I released a video testing the new shotgun with Kenny in a private match, and it does have inconsistencies to it. The bullets actually, so bullets will go here, then here, then here, then here. It's kind of, and like you're aiming at the same spot. So you know, it just has like a little bit of recoil making it go up. So I don't know why the bullets are kind of staggering themselves like that left and right. But I think the new shotgun is not how we need it. I think that the chunk range is too far. Like now the chunk range is the old 2-shot range. So you can actually get chunks that you should not get away with. And then adding on to the inconsistency with blind fires, it's kind of a mess right now. So I hope they will make some sort of change and adjustment to get it right, tone back the shotgun a tiny bit in terms of damage output, bring back the 1-shot range a tiny bit, and fix the consistency, make the barrels come out of the, or make the bullets come out of the actual end of the gun, not halfway back the barrel, and we should have a pretty good shotgun, and then we can start worrying about the other stuff. So those are my thoughts on it. Right now, I think that it's broken. I think that it's too strong, and I think that it's too inconsistent. But, you know, we'll see what happens. It allows people to get some crazy clips, right? There's a positive to it. Next thing I want to talk about is what kind of some things that I want to see. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do that for a different video, so I'm going to talk about that later. I want to do a massive shout out and thank you to all of you guys out there who are supporting me, the Ashes Army, and just regular viewers and everything. You guys are amazing. While I was in Vegas, or within the last day or two, I've actually hit 6,500 subscribers on YouTube. I plan on doing a giveaway and some like celebratory videos at 10K subscribers, which obviously is a really long way from now, but you know, I just want to give you guys an update. That's what I plan on doing. I plan on doing giveaways, hopefully some Turtle Beach headset, maybe a controller, maybe Ashes apparel, like whatever I can do. But that's kind of where my plan is right now. It's just, you know, it's far out there. It'll be a while before we hit that. Also, I want to talk about that while I was in Vegas, I hit 14,000 Twitter followers. You guys are awesome. I was going to tweet out a thank you at 1,500, but I might as well throw it in this video. So thank you guys so much for all of that. The support is honestly amazing. Stream, when I came back, you guys gave me a huge warm welcome. All the subs and people joining the Ashes Army came back in. So just the content creation grind, even though I'm not like big time or anything, you guys are definitely, you know, helping me out, and no pun intended. I'm about big timer from OpTic. You guys are just awesome, and I want to say thank you and throw that into this video. And that leaves me with my last topic. What is coming for me and my stream and my channel? Well, I have a lot of video ideas and collab videos with the team. So we're going to be working on that, or I'm going to be trying to convince them to do some of that. I'm going to keep doing some more experimental videos and custom game type videos with gears, because I'm trying to find other ways to make gears fun, not only for me, but for the community, when you're just not feeling playing ranked or whatever. I am going to be back to my normal streaming schedule, maybe throwing in some more weekend streams and maybe even some evening streams until we start practicing again, until the team starts practicing again. So look out for those. That's where you need to follow me on Twitter and follow me on Twitch and have notifications on, so you can be aware and ready for that. And yeah, I think that's about it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I don't know how much gameplay is going to be left since I'm recording this separately, but I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay that you see up there. And shout out to all my sponsors who've supported us and helped us this entire season. OpTic Gaming, of course, Hector J, you guys are phenomenal. Turtle Wax, Turtle Beach, Brisk, Scuf. Just the support from all of our sponsors is absolutely amazing. DXRacer for the comfortable seats. And yeah, I think that's going to do it. Shout out to my teammates. Make sure you go follow their YouTube channels as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.